Alright, so anyway, we're back. My voice, hold on, let me just increase the volume a bit here. Okay, so basically, yeah, this is how I'm gonna be talking from now on. I want to talk about this, voice. This volume. So anyway, basically, it's now like 5 hours later. It's almost night. But what was I ranking? I think Sonic Jump. Yeah, Sonic Jump. Maybe? I don't know. Either way. No, wait, I was ranking Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes is a great game. I really do love this game. But just in case I was ranking this, it was either one of those two. Sonic Jump, and maybe Sonic Generations. I don't know. This game is great too. I definitely do think that it deserves that rank because I think it's in the realm of colors and being just like one of those great, fantastically fun games. Sonic Jump is odd because it's really not that fun. And I think I mentioned this before, but like similar to Free Riders, if there's a game that I play and I don't find it fun as a child, like in grade school, there's a fly. Then, okay, the fly is gone. Or it died. I don't know. I hope it goes somewhere. Maybe on the light bulb. I just turned on my lamp. Anyway, but yeah, it's just like, then that means there's a problem. As a kid, I didn't really think this game was the best, but it's kind of fun. And I would never come back to this game. You know what? Nah, I'll put it here, because it's an actually decent take. It's an actually good game. I just personally don't like Puyo Puyo. Because that's basically what that is. And this is close to the C tier, but I'm gonna keep it here just because, like... Now, the mini-games are fun, though. It's just, I don't know how often... I would probably never go back to it. These games I might go back to, like, rarely. You know what? 3DS Transform can go in a B tier. Or can it? Nah, I'm gonna keep it here, but it's like really close to C tier. Like just how this is close to a B tier. But yeah, Sonic Jump is not the best. I do like the logos for these though. Sonic Jump and Sonic Dash. Sonic Lost World for 3DS. Dear Lord. I'm gonna double check and see if this is recording. Okay, it is. This game is well known for being one of the, like, quote-unquote worst games. Like, one of the more bad Sonic games. Just because it's not fun at all. And it's really, like, unpleasant to play at certain parts. Just because of the huge difficulty spikes. And, like, the special stages being bad. But personally, I didn't think the special stages were too bad. I was able to unlock Super Sonic. And I was able to beat this game. So, as like in middle school, like 6th grade. And hey, it wasn't that bad in my opinion. Would I go back to it? Probably not too often, but I just really think that the first 2 worlds are good. Any worlds after that, just a little too difficult. And a little too, like, obnoxious. But I don't think it's horrible. I don't think it's horrible. I just don't think it's the best thing. You know what? Nah, that's gonna go in a C tier. Yeah, and for the same reason. Sonic Lost World for Wii U. That's a yikes. Not a yikes, but it's just interesting because it's a good game. But is it worth an A tier? Or even a C tier or B tier? It's definitely worth at least a B tier, but is it worth an A tier? Just because, like, that game isn't the best, you know what I mean? It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. This is tough. Like, what I mean by it's not the best is that, like, there's plenty of like inconsistencies and problems, but there's also like so much fun you can have, like the bigger space, I guess, of walking around. I don't know if that catch is that. Yeah, okay, that is caught on OBS. Just double checking. But yeah, high B tier, high B tier. Probably around there. High B tier. It's a good game. I wouldn't say it's the best. Sonic Mania. You already know. That's an easy ass S rank. You kidding me? That game is so wonderful. So much fun. Like, such a good time overall. And I just really love it. It's so fun. It's so creative. It's such a fantastic take on Sonic overall. And it's basically Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but better. So, probably put it like at the highest. This is how I'd rank the S ranks. In this order, from best to least best, I guess. I'll rank them within the tiers a little bit more as we finish. This Sonic Unleashed is not meant to be here, by the way. That's not meant to be there. Sonic Riders. This is a fun game. This is really a fun game. It's just a fun little racing game. Nice story, nice characters introduced. I like what Eggman does, and I like the racing mechanics overall. It's just a really fun racing game. So yeah, it's interesting. It's fun, it's a creative take on racing. I don't think too many other games have done something like that. Like, ever. Even to this day. So yeah, I think it's certainly a fun game. At least B tier, maybe even A tier. Oh man, that's tough, because like, it's genuinely a fun game. I would come back to this if I had it. Maybe an A tier. Oh man, that's tough. I need to make like a B plus tier, because it's totally where this would be. And that's totally where Sonic Lost World would be too. Or A minus. I'll keep it at B. It's a fun game. It's a really fun take on racing. But I don't think it's as good as these. I'll certainly rank it at like a higher B tier. Yeah, higher B tier. Oh dear lord, Sonic and the Secret Rings. Where do I put you? D or you know what? E. I would almost put it in WTF. But see, here's the thing holding it back. It's legitimately kind of like, the mechanics in it are interesting, at least, you know? Like, Sonic and the Secret Rings is at least kind of interesting. The story is cool. I do like how the characters are represented and whatnot. It is kind of like a cheap, like, oh, these are the people that we know, but they're not actually the people we know kind of trope, but it's still interesting. It's kind of fun. Like, the story's kind of fun. But overall, the gameplay is atrocious. The mechanics of it are just so odd and janky and just weird. So, definitely an F tier. Maybe a higher F tier. Definitely the highest F tier here. Just because it's actually got some good qualities to it. Whereas Knuckles Chaos is... these all have their good qualities, but overall... I think this should go higher as well. Yeah, okay, I think that's okay. For now. Sonic Spinball. I personally don't like pinball games, but this actually is not a bad take on it. I definitely don't like Spinball. So, it'd probably stick around... It'd probably stick around here. You know what? Sonic Dash is a legitimately fun, like, mobile game. I don't know if I should put it at B tier. I'll probably keep it at C tier just because it's not at the level of quality that these and up are. Basically, I'll explain what my overall like process is on like what B, C, D, F mean, what all these mean. Sonic the Fighters. This is the second to last one, y'all. But yeah, Sonic Spinball. There's not much for me to say, by the way. I don't know, like, I didn't really explain that much because there's just not much for me to say about it. It's not that fun. At least in my opinion. But it's a good take on pinball though. A really good take. It's short, sweet, fun for people who like pinball games. Go for it. I just personally don't. That's why it's at C tier. But I respect it, so I'm gonna keep it at C tier, not D tier. It definitely wouldn't go at F tier. It's a solid game. If I liked pinball games, I'd put it at like B or A. Sonic the Fighters. Okay. This one's hard because okay, I thought I heard something on my computer. So this one's hard because Sonic the Fighters is like, it's definitely not a tier game, definitely not. But it's not that bad of a fighting game. But it's too simple. It's too simple. It's a little jank, and the story behind it is just kind of eh. And it's a really quick game, but it's kind of fun. It's chill for like a quick little like. It's okay for a quick little like game. Just like hop in and be like, let's play some fighters real quick. Not Dragon Ball Fighters though. That's a much better game. This is alright. It's alright. I'll put a D. It's fun for like a little bit, but after that it's like that's it. Yeah, I'll put it. Sonic Jump is definitely like the closest to F tier. That's here. Closest thing to F tier. That's here. And finally, Shadow the Hedgehog. You may know why I saved this one for last. Me personally, I think yes, the missions are repetitive. Yes, the game can be repetitive, and yes, the game can be glitchy. Yes, overall the game can be pretty, like, a little too edgy. But me personally, I don't care all too much for some of that stuff. The repetitiveness sure is annoying, and the damn, not here, stuff, or like the cursing, like the constant dams that Shadow throws out, and even some of the other characters throw out. It's just not. It doesn't feel like Sonic. But it's not meant to. It's meant to be a different thing. Shadow the Hedgehog. It's an alright game, in my opinion. I mean, like, it's not great, but it's certainly not like a huge train wreck. That is, let's say, Sonic 06 or any of these games. But it's certainly not that bad. It's certainly not that bad. I'm thinking about it, I'll probably put Sonic and the Secret Rings at a D. There's some good qualities to it. It's just not that great. I would never I would probably almost never come back to these games. But they have their redeeming qualities to a point where I might want to come back to them at like a certain point. Just be like, let's go for a quick round. It's kind of fun. Like a YouTuber would do these as one-offs. Is essentially what I'm saying. Like that's kind of like my relationship with them. These I would come back to every now and then. This I don't know. I really don't know. It's definitely not worth a B tier. But I don't think it's worth an F tier. It's either C or D. You know what? The missions... The game is alright. I think it's personally not that bad. And I'm not biased with Shadow, as you can clearly see. Like, it would totally be S tier if I was biased. Or A tier, at least, if I was biased. Or maybe even B tier if I was biased. But it's deserving of a C, in my opinion. I'm looking at all these games from face value. And that's it. This Sonic Unleashed one is trash. It's not meant to be there. But yeah, here's my tier list. My full tier list. For, let me zoom out. Let me try and zoom out. There it is. For Sonic games. Sonic Mania is my all-time favorite. Sonic 3 Knuckles is a close second. Sonic Colors is a close third. These are like the top three, like the big three games I think of when I think Sonic. And then you got Sonic Adventure 2, which is a great game as well, like an amazing, fantastic experience. And Sonic Generations is also just so good. Sonic Adventure is great. Sonic Unleashed for Xbox 360 is awesome. Sonic 1 is a huge, great classic. Sonic 3 is a great interpretation of that classic. These two are fantastic racing games. Sonic Colors for DS is an awesome interpretation of like a Sonic Rush-esque game. Which is kind of what the modern Sonic and 3DS generations is as well, and I really like those. I also like the classic Sonic in there as well, and I like that you can unlock the homing attack. And then Sonic Heroes is just my childhood thing. Like, I really love that game. Sonic CD and Sonic 2 are solid, but they do have plenty of flaws, in a certain sense. But you know, at the same time, they're just really good. They're really fun. Sonic Lost World and Sonic Riders are both great games that I would love to come back to if I had them. But you know, like, they're just, unfortunately, they're just not the best things in the world. I mean, again, Sonic Riders does have its flaws, so does Sonic Lost World, but they're good overall. I'm actually gonna put Sonic and Knuckles further down. Might even put them in C. No, they deserve higher. PS2 Sonic Unleashed. I guess, yeah, like, I'm so conflicted with Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah, Sonic and Knuckles just has so many more flaws than Sonic 3. And Sonic 3 Knuckles, but luckily, again, Sonic 3 Knuckles fixes all of them. Sonic Unleashed for Wii / PS2 is a worse interpretation of 360 / PS3 Sonic Unleashed, but it's a good game. It's a solid game. Sonic 4 Episode 2 is a pretty good game. It's just plenty of flaws with it, but overall I find it pretty good. Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood is just a classic for me, personally, like a childhood thing. And it's odd, because I'm pretty sure almost everyone else who played this game hates it, or, like, heavily dislikes it at least. You know, and it's just so odd to me, because I still think it's a solid game to this day. Would I recommend it? Probably not, judging from other people. And the majority would probably, like, crucify you. If you liked it, which you most likely won't anyway. So, yeah. Sonic Forces is probably the best disappointment I've ever played. I completed it. I had a lot of fun with it, me personally. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm gonna put this higher. At the end of the day, you gotta realize, I gotta like face facts. This game is not that great. It's not the best thing, but it's certainly pretty solid in my opinion. It's certainly a pretty solid game. And then, of course, Sonic and Racing, also 3DS Transformed, and Sonic 4 Episode 1. Both are good games in my opinion, are alright games in my opinion, but I would probably never come back to them, or rarely come back to them, if I still had them. But yeah, these games are alright. So is this one. I think it deserves a much higher rating than Sonic and the Secret Rings, though. I think this is a 7 to 6 out of 10 game. And I think this is a 5 to 6 out of 10 game. Just because, like, no, maybe 5 to 4. Because, like, this one has that stylistic, like, art style in their cutscenes too, but I feel like they do it better. And I feel like their story is better, especially with the plot twist at the end. And so, yeah, I really like this game. I really like this game's story. I don't like the game mechanics. I do like the sword, though. I think the sword actually adds some depth, which, in, you know, some new mechanics, which makes it interesting. Sonic Dash is a good mobile game. It's good for, like, a few minutes of fun, but I would never rate it that much higher than a C. Like, it's not worth it. This one has plenty of difficulty problems, plenty of, inconsistencies, and, plenty of, what was it? I guess just, like, unfair things, but overall, I kind of like it. Like, it's just my personal opinion. Mean Bean Machine and Spinball, both good interpretations of things that I personally don't like too much, pinball games, and, Puyo Puyo. But, hey, like, you do you. These are good interpretations of them. They're done well, and I appreciate that, you know? Puyo Puyo is essentially the same, but this is a great interpretation of pinball. Like, I really like the style, and, you know, like, the controls. But I just don't like pinball games, and I just don't like Puyo Puyo. So, it is what it is. Shadow, overall, is probably the worst, definitely the worst of the games I've listed so far. But it's not actually the worst thing in the world. I really think people overstate how bad this is. Yes, the missions are terrible, but you don't have to play all of them. You just have to play one, and you just have to play the ones that you like. And usually, like, there's always, like, the one, that's just, like, reach the goal. That's all you gotta do. you know. And I know, like, usually sometimes your Journey 2 there can be kind of lackluster, but overall I think it's solid. You know, it's pretty fun sometimes. I'll probably almost never come back to it, but you know, it's kind of fun. I might complete it one day just to fucking do it. This game, fun collection of mini games, but overall not my cup of tea. Again, I want to make sure that you guys know this is the 3DS version, not the Wii U. I believe it's on Wii U. So yeah, Sonic Fighters, Sonic Jump, both games that, you know, I guess they have like interpretation of like something that's like already been done a bunch of times. Fighting games, and you like jump from platform to platform. App mobile games, and they do it all right. They don't do it that well, but they do it all right. You know, enough to like get you like again like 2 seconds of fun. But like it's just they're not really worth purchasing. Luckily, this one's free. This one isn't. So yeah. And then Sonic and the Secret Rings. This one's odd because the style, like the art style and the mechanics of the game, some of the mechanics of the game are actually kind of interesting, but they just fall flat in their face because the controls are so ass. Luckily in Black Knight they're kind of refined, but in this, like, it's just not, no. No, don't do this to me. These games are all complete trash, but the reason why I put Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric up here is because I truly think it's the best out of these three. Think about it. This one's super boring, lackluster. This one's pretty hectic, and like just the controls aren't great. This one has terrible gameplay, and not the, you know, and just like overall not fun mechanics. And then this one's literally broken. Like the controls don't work at all. But Boom actually has some pretty decent graphics. Actually has some solid bits of gameplay in the game, and you know the story isn't horrible. The cutscenes are pretty bad. But overall, it's like not the biggest train wreck. You know, in fact, oh, that's what that does? Heck no. I'm thinking. You know what, this is what I'm thinking. I want to edit. This is what I want to do. I want to add back the E. How do I do that? How do I undelete? Add row below, I guess. And make it that color. And we're gonna list it as E. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep this one here. And we're gonna put this one at E. And put those in F. Alright, no, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot, everything's all confused. Yes, and then this. Okay. And then that. Okay, finally, alright. Because this one I feel like is a special kind of awful. The controls don't work at all, and the game is just so, like, not fun anyway. But this one is worse because, hey, at least at this point, this was like trying for the Kinect. It was mainly the Kinect's fault. This was completely Sega's fault. They were like, let's release this during a holiday. Let's rush it completely. And it was supposed to be an anniversary title. This wasn't. This was supposed to be an anniversary title. This was supposed to be revolutionary. And it ended up being the biggest train wreck, the biggest disappointment, the biggest failure of a video game in history of video games. So I think that deserves a completely separate just tier on its own. And this one is just a certain type of awful compared to those. But that's my tier list, y'all. What do y'all think? I'm gonna, I guess I'll save it, and you guys can go ahead and like make your own tier lists, I guess, out of this. Make a tier list with the Sonic games you've played, and make a video about that. Make sure you shout out my video first, though, please. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. I hope you had a wonderful day, and peace out, guys. And yeah, bye. Dear God, everyone's gonna crucify me for that freaking Sonic Heroes choice.